PTZ cameras are great because you can control them from one simple joystick controller. But what if you have PTZ cameras from different manufacturers? Can you still use these different types of cameras together? I'm going to walk you through how to do it using a ZEGO camera, a BZB gear camera, and a PTZ optics camera. Hey, what's going on everybody? Monte Weaver here, and welcome to the channel. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more about PTZ cameras and live streaming gear as we dive into an entire series dedicated to PTZ cameras and the different ways that you can set them up and use them. Now, in a perfect world, you're able to buy all of your equipment at one time, but the reality is sometimes you buy equipment when you can afford them and level up as you go. Now, if you have equipment from different manufacturers, you found that sometimes you may have compatibility issues and things just don't work the way that you designed them to do so. But if you're using PTZ cameras, no matter which manufacturer you bought them from, you can still traditionally get these to work with a dedicated controller. Now let's first get started off with our controller. For this demo, we're going to be using the PTZ Optics SUPERJOY controller. This is their newest controller. This is an IP-based controller, and it's probably one of my most favorite controllers to use. So this is going to be the controller that we're going to use to power our whole setup. The first camera that we're going to be using is their 20x SDI model camera. The next camera that we're going to be using is the BZB Gear 20x SDI camera. Now, this camera is really special to me because it actually blends in with the entire color scheme here in the room, and I really love the fact that this camera also has a USB port on the back. All of these cameras allow you to transmit video and connect to it in a multitude of different ways. The USB is really important to me because if I ever forget that video capture card, I can simply use the USB connection and plug it directly into my computer. Now, the third camera that we're going to be using is the ZEGO 20x SDI camera. Now, one thing to note about all of these cameras is that they can be powered over Ethernet. So we're going to be using our PoE switch along with Ethernet cables to power all of these devices on, along with our cables. So let's get into which cables we need for this demonstration. There are two cables essential to this setup. The first being the controller cable. This is the RS-232 Visca controller cable. This will come with either your controller or with your camera, so make sure that you check the box for all your extra cables because you probably will find this located inside of there. This cable is going to be used to connect our controller to our first camera. The second cable that we're going to be using is our 8-pin RS-232 cable. Now, there's an 8-pin connection on both sides of this cable, and this is going to be used to connect our cameras together. Now it's time to get started with the first part of the setup, and it's going to be using our controller, our first camera, and our controller cable. So we're going to start by connecting our first cable into our camera and our controller, and we want to use the input of our first camera. We want to look for RS-232N will be the first connection. Now for the next connection, we're going to be using the output of our first camera and the input of our second camera. So we're going to connect from output to input. Now, because I don't have any shorter RS-232 cables, I had to pull out the big gun. So we're going to connect our third cable setup from our second camera output to our third camera's input. Now, step one is done. We physically connected all of our cameras together, but we actually need some power. And the way we're going to power these cameras is by power over Ethernet, rather than using the traditional power cables that come with the cameras. Step two is done. Now we have power and we are physically connected together. Now, all we have to do is just make sure that everything is working with our joystick controller. So let's jump over into our SUPERJOY controller and see if everything is working. Hint, hint, I don't think so, because there's one thing that you may have to change on the settings of your second and your third cameras. So if we select camera 1 and we use our joystick, we see that our camera is moving. So we know we have that one configured correctly by default. Camera 2, and this camera is actually working. Now let's jump over into the third camera, which is our ZEGO camera and nothing is happening with our ZGO camera, which doesn't quite surprise me because I actually ran into this issue using an IP-based controller. Now I'll link up to the previous video of why I think PTZ cameras are underrated, because part of that video I talked about accessing the software of the PTZ cameras, and that's what we need to do. Now in order to view the display of the PTZ cameras to adjust the settings, we'll need to plug our HDMI cable into the camera and into a monitor, or in my case, my A10 Mini, which is my video connection source, so that we can actually go in and change the one setting needed to get this camera to work. So we'll plug in our HDMI connection. Once we plugged in our HDMI connection, we're able to use our remote to go to the menu settings of our ZGO camera. So we'll go into our menu and we'll go to communication setup. Then we'll need to go into our V address and change that to 3, because this PTZ camera is actually the 3rd camera in our setup. Now that that's configured, we'll hit escape. If we go to camera 3, we can now access camera 3. Let's go back to camera 2. We can move camera 2. And if we select camera 1, we can move camera 1. Now we have all of our cameras set up using the physical daisy chain method. Now, if you want to see how you can actually do this over your network using IP connection, then definitely make sure you click on the next video in this series, and I'll see you there.